about how to create content that sells. So the first thing we want to talk about here is that content is king. And that basically means that um, content will bring people to you, like as I was just saying, content will bring people to you. Whereas with advertising, you are the one going out. You're trying to reach people, you're spending money. But with content, people will come to you. So look at content like your own public speaking or your own microphone, or let's say your own billboard. Because when you keep a billboard outside in front of your business, basically people just see it, it's passive. People just see it and then they come to you, right? So content attracts people to you. Meanwhile, ads are going to pull people to you, but you need to go out and do the dragging. So ads is like the active part of marketing, while content is more like the passive part of marketing. So you need content because it's content that we bring in the big box. It's content that we create trust. I usually say this to real estate agents where most of them ignore the part of creating content, right? You see this with real estate agents really, really well, right? So you shouldn't be ignoring creating content. You should create content because content is what maybe will trust you. For example, if you want to buy a multi-million naira, you want someone to buy a multi-million naira building, right? From you, and you basically have nothing to show for it. Like you basically don't have anything to show for it. This person now looks at you and say, okay, I'll get back to you. He goes to go and check your background, and there's nothing about you that indicates that you have the expertise, you have the knowledge, you have the experience of what you're selling, right? So this is why content is very, very important. You need to ensure that you're creating content alongside your paid advertising. You're creating content alongside your paid advertising. So when people see your paid advertising and you ask them to invest also amounts of money, they will be willing to believe you because they also go and say, okay, this guy has done he has done his homework, he knows what he's talking about. For example, for most of you who came here, some of you went to my Facebook to look at this guy. Why should I even pay this guy 10,000 naira, 11,000 naira? If perhaps it's not, he doesn't know what he's talking about, right? So some of you went to my Facebook page to go and check me out and see who am I, and that's very important. And the same thing you did, people are going to do it irrespective of what you sell. Sometimes, even if you're selling a 1,000 naira product, people will go and do that, right? So it's the same thing you should be doing. You should be creating content. So let's talk about types of content that you should be creating. Now, there are 5 types of content I expect you to create, or that you should create, that will bring money to you. The first is your authority building content. This is where you show your own unique view of something. For example, one of an authority building content I can put for Facebook ads is where we tell people, look, don't run traffic generating ads. People will wonder why. Why is this guy saying we should not run traffic generation ads? Right? That's traffic ads. Facebook has, and we're going to get to that. You're going to see all that. But Facebook has 6 types of objectives, 6 ad objectives. There is the sales, there's traffic, there's app promotions, there's engagement, there's leads, and there's one more. Can't remember the 6th one now. So, but one of them people like to run is traffic because traffic is very cheap. And so a post I could create that is an authority building post is to say something that that doesn't is not everybody agrees with, but it comes from my own experience as an authority in the field, right? Another thing I could do is, let's say I'm into real estate. I can say Abuja is not the best place to buy land. I don't know if that makes sense. I can now back it up by my own reasons, right? Let me give another example because I want to give as much example to ensure you are following, you're able to get what I'm saying. I can say something. Let's say you sell bags. Let's say you sell bags. You could say something like, um, Versace bags are overpriced, or Versace bags are low priced, or whatever it is. Anything. I'm not saying the thing has to be bad. I'm saying it should come from your own experience. It should be you sharing your experience to people so that people can see why this particular stuff you're saying is Correct, but it's from you. It's you being an authority and you're putting something out. I don't know if that makes sense, if we're clear on the first type of content. And then the next type of content you want to be putting out there is attractive character building content. What do you mean by attractive character building content? This is basically you sharing yourself. What do you do? What do you enjoy? Well, I love going to the beach. Or I love maybe you like to drink. Or I love drinking. Maybe you like to you like to play games. Oh, I love playing games. Maybe I don't know, just whatever it is you do, you sharing those parts about you is very, very powerful because what it does is to show your audience that you are a human being just like them, right? Basically, you're a human being just like them. And so they connect with you a lot more. Nobody wants to do business with a robot. They want to do business with somebody who understands them one-on-one. So that is something you want to do. Now, the third type of content you want to create is your expertise showcase content. Now, this is where you showcase your expertise, right? You showcase your expertise. For example, you've helped somebody get land. So pardon me, I'm going to be using real estate a lot because I think that's the example that comes to my head very fast. So you've helped somebody get land, and maybe after getting the land for the person, because of something awesome you did, probably government came to go and bulldoze the house down. And because you had secured the house, government did not have option, they just had to leave. That is you putting that your expertise to good use, right? You are telling people, I know how to do this. For example, when I was promoting this particular listen, I showed you ads I'm presently running for a client, and that is expertise showcase. I'm showing you the results I've gotten for clients. I think that's a summary of what expertise showcase content is. What are the results you've gotten for other people? This is the third type of content you should be putting out there, right? Let me see if I can find another example. Let's say you sell what? Let's say you sell, oh, okay, you're a consultant. Let's say you're a consultant, right? Again, you could look at, okay, so not a consultant, a coach. You could pick the example of one of your students. Oh, I took this student from struggling to make 5K a month to making 100K a month. You tell that story. That is an expertise showcase content. And this is one of the most powerful content you could put out there, because when other people see that this thing you're selling has worked for one person, they want to be a part of it, right? Nothing sells more than testimonials. Some of you here decided to join simply because you saw how I was showing you pictures of, okay, this is what I've done for this client. I was able to help one of my clients. She's in the UK right now and all that. So some of you joined because of those stuff. That is me putting out expertise showcase content. The fourth type of content is tips and strategies. Basically, normal tips. Let me give you from Facebook ads perspective. So I can share something like, okay, okay, maybe don't increase. I think I shared one a couple of I think that should be yesterday, where I said don't increase your budget without the moment you start running ads, don't increase your budget. That is a tip. I'm giving you a tip on how you can get better results. Now, the mistake most people make is that all they share is tips and strategies, and it will not bring it. It will help you. Of course, you're putting out content, but it will not bring the big boys to you. People who can spend millions in your business. It doesn't bring, those people don't care about tips and strategies. They want a full distance. They want to first love you. That's where your attractive character comes in. They want to respect you. They want to respect your opinion. That's where your authority building content comes in. And they want to see that you've helped other people who wear in the shoes they are in get results. So that is your expertise showcase content. Now, the fifth type of content you want to be putting out there, I've mentioned four: authority building, attractive character building, expertise showcase content, tips and strategies. My voice is breaking. Wow. My voice is breaking. That's not good. What about now? Is my voice? Oh, what is this? What is causing this one now? Okay, let me know if you can hear me now, please.
I can hear you, but once in a while it will break and come again.
What about the video? Does the video break? I need to know if it's a network issue. Is the video breaking? Seems like that. Sorry, I didn't get that.
I said, I think you hang, it will freeze.
Wow. Oh,
And then to continue.
all right, I'm sorry about that. So anytime you get lost, please just bring me back. Nigerian network is something else. I don't know. Okay, so I was talking about the 5 types of content you should create. First, you want your authority building content. Then you want your attractive character building content. You want your expertise showcase content. You want your tips and strategies, and you want your community building content. So let me talk a little bit about community building content. Oh, I don't think earpiece is a problem, but let me give it. So let's talk about the community building content, right? Please let me know if you can hear me now. I removed my earpiece. If it's better, you let me know. Okay. So the community building content is something you share to oh, all right, all right. I guess the earpiece was a problem. The community building content is something you share to build a community around you, right? You want to, it's a combination of put things you put out there to nurture them. So basically, it's a combination of your own attractive character. The idea is that you don't sell, right? You in the community building content, you are not selling. What you're doing is nurturing that community. You're giving them value. This value must not even be related to what you're doing. It can be any type of value you decide to give them. For example, you learned about maybe a new let me go back to real estate again. Maybe a new governor is coming to the state, and this man in the past he had bulldozed houses and some other things to other places. So you had insider information, or you're able to decipher what will happen very soon. So you could give them some information on this that helps them secure themselves. So basically, what you're doing is just giving value. That's the summary of it, right? So let's talk about where you can get content. Let's talk about where you can get content. Now, the first place you can get content is from your own stories and experiences. You've done these things. For example, if you were into real estate, you've probably sold lands before, you've done a lot of things. You could share your own stories, especially in building authority content and attractive character content, as well as your expertise showcase content. You share your stories, right? What are the things you've done? What are the failures you've made? For example, I think I shared a big failure I had made a few weeks ago or a few days ago. I can't really remember. One of the first clients who came to me with Facebook ads, she wanted me to help her sell shoes. And back then I thought basically anything you put online, just put it online and to sell. But these shoes were something you could actually go to the next Okrika market and buy, right? Why would somebody buy it online way costlier if you could just, go down to any bend down select and get it, right? Shoes, clothes, and other things. And so we tried, despite how we tried to sell it in Abuja, it did not work, right? So that is my own failure, because I take it as a personal failure, because if I had known better at that time, I would know that these things cannot sell. Today, if somebody brings that to me, if you're selling a product, a commodity product that you can find anywhere, I'm not going to help you sell it. But if you're selling a branded product, something that I know that people cannot walk into the nearest store, then I know that that has potential to sell. So that's something I have learned from my experience, and I can use it to teach, because it becomes a learning point for other people, right? So very, very important. Then the next place you can get content from is research, right? You could do research, right? You can check Nairaland. We are going to go into Nairaland differently, so I don't want to do it here. We're going to go into that in the next thing we're going to talk about. So you can check places like Naira. What are people saying about this thing, right? What are the questions people are asking? What are the mistakes people are making? What are people's stories that you could use, right, to create content? That's the second place. The third place where you could get content is trainings and courses, right? If you buy courses, you take trainings. That's another place where you could get a lot of content. So that's one beautiful part of creating content. I think we have a full picture now of creating content that sells. Now the thing is, this is very, very important because you're going to be using this on your social media, right? To create this content, you're going to put it on your social media. People are going to check you out, especially if you're selling high price products. Nobody's going to just carry 100K and give you without going back to go and check on you. Nobody's going to carry $1 million and give you without going to go and do their background work, no matter how sweet your offer is, right? Most, at least any smart person will not do that. So this is what separates you. If you go to my Facebook right now, you're going to find out that I've been posting content there since 2019, right? That already, and my content has been synonymous with Facebook ads, right? Just on Facebook ads, Instagram, I've been on that, sales for marketing. So you already know that this is what you should be doing, right? So let's jump from this. Let's look into our next topic.